And we're back now going down to Harvey for some predictions. You know, it's tricky with these moving companies anyway, right, Harvey?
Tricky, but I got to tell you something, Carol. No sympathy for the customers down here. What do you say? Who should win and why?
I say the movers, the plaintiffs, should get the money they're owed because they shouldn't be penalized because the defendants didn't read the contract.
Very good. That's a good point. They did not read it.
It's the plaintiffs. They've limited their liability. The defendants would have known that all these problems were there. They should have used the clause in the contract.
And final comment. What do you say?
Definitely the plaintiff, but for a lesser amount of money for the damage and the improper job.
So you would actually award because of the cracked vase?
Lesser. And also for, you know, the clothing.
Okay. It looks like the plaintiffs have the edge. Let's find out what the judge does, Carol.
They're suing for almost $2,000. Let's see what Judge Koch has decided.
There are a couple of legal principles that apply. One, the industry is subject to federal regulation, and they have to meet is the test of reasonable dispatch. And a delay of an hour and a half would not deny them recovery. The second matter relates to an offset for the broken vase, and there also federal regulations require that in order to have an offset, you must make a claim in writing and within a specified number of days. And regrettably, you failed to do that, so there cannot be an offset for the vase. However, you expected to have the job done in a first-class manner, and it wasn't done. They were required to provide professional packing, and you didn't get that based on the information that was provided, and I accepted the testimony with respect to that. So I am going to give you an offset of $150 for the failure to provide professional packing. And when you apply that offset, there would be a net judgment awarded to the plaintiff in the amount of $1,763.
You saw the Hooks reacting as that decision came in against them. You said, Mrs. Hook, that you were hysterical. That was your word, hysterical in quotes, that night. Define hysterical. What did it look like?
Well, it was despondent, having two kids with no place to put them to bed. Our stuff was everywhere. The house was in shambles. Nothing went as planned, and it was just an absolute complete disaster. And when you're not there, it's easy to hear things black and white, paper on paper, but nothing worked as it was supposed to work. Nobody that was here was there that night, nor were they there the next day. So I don't know where they get their information from.
That's why moving strikes fear into everybody's hearts.
Well, this company should really strike fear in people's hearts. They're getting a really bad rep, and so be it.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Time will tell.
Josephine's got your documents right this way,
Okay.
right down the hallway to the court officer's desk. Let's see what the plaintiffs have to say in reaction to that. Did you hear that stuff?
Yeah.
You heard what they said about you?
Yep.
Well, you know, moving is very traumatic. It is. Have you ever moved from house to house?
Not myself, no.
Well, you're in a business, and maybe you don't understand what it's like for the customers. You know how traumatic it is?
I've done the moving for customers. I realize that it can be stressful, so we try to do everything we can to make it as least stressful as possible. Unfortunately, in this situation, she didn't see it that way.
Okay, well, congratulations on winning the decision nonetheless, and Josephine's got some papers for you all to sign. Moving can be such a nightmare, Carol.
I've been there, done that. Know what you mean, Kurt. You know, but Harvey, so the plaintiffs got almost everything they asked for, but they didn't file within 30 days their claim. Now, why did they get anything at all?
Well, yeah, the defendants got a little bit of an offset there, and the reason is because the 30-day claim deals with damages. You have to file within 30 days if you're a customer. But what they got their offset for, what the defendants got their offset for, is the fact that they didn't have professional movers as was required under the contract. That doesn't have to do with damages. Was this defendant obsessive compulsive, or were these bad movers?
Yeah. I think the movers were fine. I just think that the defendants were just a little bit...
Real quick, obsessive compulsive or bad movers?
Good movers.
Good movers.
Bad movers.
Good movers. Most people say that the defendants a little too overwrought about the move, Carol.
Overwrought. They're being kind, I guess, right? Okay, we got one more case coming up. Let's go back into the courtroom now and hear what's ahead in that one.
This is the plaintiff, Ebony Anderson.